Hi, I'm Josh Ozersky, and this is ehow.com, and today we are in the corned beef hash business. I love to make a corned beef, and I love to make a corned beef hash, because a corned beef the next day is nothing but the makings of one of the all-time great breakfasts. So it's two meals in one, but like the corned beef itself, very easy to make, almost self-evident, but still easily screwed up. Okay, what do I have to make corned beef hash? I got an onion, I got a pepper, I got a potato, and I got some corned beef. Thing is, I want to make sure that I'm conserving and combining all the flavors. So to start out with, I'm going to take some butter, I'm going to put it in the pan, and along with the butter, I have a little bit of this corned beef fat that I'm going to cook the fat a little bit in the butter here because I want to conserve the flavor. I like the taste of corned beef, and a corned beef hash shouldn't just be like little crunchy bits of meat that happen to be next to hash browns or whatever. The dish should be like corned beef. So the potato for the corned beef, to take one example, is cooked in the corned beef water. You cook it along with the corned beef and you put the potatoes in the refrigerator. They sit overnight, you cut them up, they taste like corned beef. Now this butter is going to taste like corned beef. I'm going to get the vile fat out of here now. That'll get thrown away. I'll leave a little in. And I'm going to put in the peppers first. Peppers are hard. They need to get cooked longer, so they go in first. So in go the peppers. And while the peppers are going, I'm going to cut up the corned beef. Now the corned beef needs to get cut up very fine. You don't want it that fine, but you do want to get this to the point that it's not really discrete chunks of meat. At least some of it is cut up so fine that it can kind of get intermingled and intermixed with the onions, peppers, and potatoes. Soon I'll be putting the onions in. The onions need to soften and then brown. The last thing that goes in is the meat and the potato. All right. Let's put a little bit of salt in here because God knows it's not salty enough from the corned beef. In go the onions, like that. A little bit more salt. Help those onions sweat a little bit. I don't care that they don't brown up. The whole point is to get them soft. Everything's going to get super brown later because this is going to be one of my couch cooking techniques where I get everything just the way I want it, set it on low, and go away and forget about it while I take a nap. This seems now to me to be sufficiently softened. So, in goes the meat. And then, here's what I would point out to you about these potatoes. First of all, they taste like corned beef. These were boiled in that water. Second of all, I have not chopped these up into an infinitesimally small mash, okay? Because I don't want them to be a mashed potato. I want them to be discrete cubes and chunks. So I have some fairly coarse potatoes here. Let's make them slightly less coarse. Then throw them in. All right. There's a little bit of, there's a spare onion here, a spare piece of corned beef. I'm going to mix this all together. Couldn't hurt to put in a little bit more butter. What I'm going to do, essentially, is to salt and pepper this liberally, and then I'm going to let it sit for a long time. All right, so here I am back. I've been on a super low temperature, cooking along. This is desiccating, concentrating, crusting up. Now I'm going to flip it. It's not all one latke like I would like, but it's nice and crusty the way I love it. So now I got some crusties here. I'm going to jack this up, and now I'm going to make an egg. Actually, since I have so much corned beef hash, I'm going to make 2 eggs. Here's my butter. It's just beginning to brown. It stopped foaming, which is what tells me that the butter is good to go. All right. Now I flipped my corned beef hash, but of course this side of it has not seen a lot of pepper yet, nor has it seen a lot of paprika. So we'll give it a little bit of both. I really do love the paprika. This guy is going here. Let's give him a little pepper too. Maybe a little pinch of salt. And I'm not flipping him. Like, this is going like this Once this begins to solidify, I'm just going to slide it on over easy. I'm going to take some nice crusty corned beef hash with its peppers and its onions and its potatoes, all the colors of the rainbow. I'm going to take one of my eggs here, maybe this guy, and then this is going to go on like this. And then that is corned beef hash with an egg on top. What would happen if I hollowed out a circle in the middle here, had a little sizzling butter, added my egg here, and then proceeded to embed the corned beef hash into the egg as it has almost completed cooking? Wow, that wouldn't be bad either. I think I'll take a plate and serve myself that too, because there's nothing I like more the next day after corned beef than 2 different kinds of corned beef hash. All right, corned beef hash, simple, but I didn't screw it up. I'm Josh Ozersky here on eHow.com.